God only knows what they were up to in there. Reefers.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Micah. Welcome back to another episode. Well, it's certainly been a frustrating couple weeks on the reef here. I've got a 60-gallon cube, lost fish, my anemone has split, just corals being knocked over. I've just been super busy, not been able to really take care of the tank the way I want to. I did pick up that sweet torch, though, in that far back right corner you see right there. So that's been doing really good. It actually is a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. It's taking up the entire space. That was just a temporary space, but it's almost touching everything else around it. Let's see if you guys can get a better shot of it over there. I mean, it's just really spread out. I mean, that was just really the acclimation spot for it. That's kind of a low spot, low light area in the tank. That kind of put all the new corals in there to acclimate. I was going to put it by that green torch, but honestly it's so big I think it might shade the rest of those corals in the back. You can already see the pagoda cup is partially shaded from the green torch. And I put the yellow scroll next to it as well, so I'm worried that the new torch might shade it a little too much. So I might just move it up and put it on the overflow right back there, close to the glass, or a little far off so it has room to expand. The clam is doing okay. Has not died. Still doesn't really seem to be finding a happy spot. You can see him down there, still below that ledge. He looked like he had detached a few nights ago, and I was going to move him back over into that corner after I mounted the torch. But he still had one bissel thread attached to that rock, so I couldn't really do anything. I didn't want to rip him off. So I just let him be. Said screw it. He's been pretty proficient at moving himself, so I just let him do his thing. Figured if I'll move him if he gets into a bind, but he's been really good about moving himself, so I just let him do his thing. I've probably been messing with him a little bit too much. The caulkwasser I've been using, Mrs. Wages, has been doing great. My alkalinity has been very stable between 9.5 and 9.8. So I've been seeing a lot of growth, a lot of changes happening in the tank, new color, just a lot of awesome stuff, you know. However, I did have a fish jump, and that was a pretty big bummer. Of course, I mean, it's my fault, you know. I don't have a lid on the tank. I don't just take it off when I film videos. I just don't have a lid. I mean, I have all the stuff to build one. Of course, that went to my daughter's turtle tank, so now I gotta buy another frame, but that will be happening. I've just been a little bummed out since the smaller clownfish died, so now I've just got the one angel, the one clown, and I think I might have to remove that clownfish if I'm going to add any more fish. I've had her for so long, and she's been by herself for so long that she's just become so territorial. I can't really add anything else into the tank. So I might remove her, maybe even remove the angelfish. I'm just, you know, some people have commented about polyp extension and angelfishes. Not sure if that's the correct vernacular, but sometimes they do nip at corals, and I've been trying to keep an eye on her to see if that's really what's happening. Sometimes I do. I think she's just picking at algae, but nonetheless, it is irritating the corals and causing them to retract. I do really like angelfish, and if she's non-aggressive or he's non-aggressive, then I'd rather just leave him in there, assuming there's no further irritation to the corals. But more fish are on the way, and with that being said, drum roll, dun da da. Quarantine tank has been set up. I'm also curing some rock right now that I'm going to add to the 60. But yeah, doing pretty good. I've got a couple containers in there of some seagrass that I picked up from the local Gulf. I figured if I was going to pick anything up from the Gulf, it'd be wise to put it in a quarantine tank. Of course, now it could be possibly polluting the rock that's in there, but I plan on leaving all this stuff in there, you know, for quite some time, doing a lot of monitoring, doing a lot of testing. It's only been a few weeks. You can see all the the brown diatoms on the top of that rock there. So that's something that's in progress. So I would like to put the seagrass into the refugium of the 60, if at all possible. Because right now I don't have any macroalgae in there, just a crap ton of xenia. I'm going to be doing an update video on that pretty soon as well. I got some coral frags from a local YouTuber, so that was really nice of him. I'd like to do an update video on that. So yeah, that's just everything that's kind of been going on with the tank recently. Some nice growth, loss of fish, clams still alive, so that's nice. Been rearranging some things. So now I'll give you guys a quick close-up of where I've placed all the coral and how everything is doing. There's one anemone. Purple Recordia. Pretty sweet. Oh yeah, this guy. He's been growing a lot too. Not the spongeode used to be mounted here. Mounted him there. Seems pretty happy. I like the look of that spot. Ho ho! Anemone number 2. I gotta get him out of there. I don't want him to split anymore. These guys are growing pretty fast. Almost touching. Let's see if you can see. It's almost touching that Monty cap too. See right there at the bottom, it's trying to grow together. So I gotta come up with a game plan for that. Birds of Paradise is growing like crazy. Pecans doing good. It's hard to get the true color of the Pinape bird's nest. They look white here, but it is quite green. A little better. Finally getting some growth out of the Captain Americas. Started off with 3 polyps, now I have 5. So that's exciting. Alright guys, I think I showed you everything. Appreciate you staying subscribed and tuned and watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.